How has professional development played a role in institutional inclusion in previous years?
Professional development is very important, especially now too, with money dwindling. You can't send as many people out. It's much cheaper to bring a speaker in for 50 people than it is to send 1 or 2 people to a conference. We have an elaborate professional development program, and as I told the other groups before, the faculty didn't like the title of professional development, so now we've separated the two. So we have a teaching and learning series, and then we have professional development series. So everybody gets the schedule, they can go to whatever they want to go to, and we invest that money into those programs. The other thing that I've invested in since I've been here is a set aside for anyone who wants to pursue a degree that's relevant to their job. And I don't get many takers. I haven't set aside that much money. I've never depleted the fund. But I still have it there and continue to carry it even through these hard times, because I think it's important for people to continue their education. And so if you want to, right now I have my copywriter working on his master's degree. So he's working on another master's degree that will help him to do his job better. So they pay up front. Once they finish the course, they get their grade, they share that with human resources, we reimburse them for that. So those are a couple of things that we do, just to, again, promote professional development. It's not always the conferences and meetings. And also we have self-defense classes in our chief of police. She actually conducts those. She gets her colleges from the Baton Rouge Police Department, the State Police Department. And that's the great thing about being in the capital city. That's one of the good things. You're always, in the newspaper, usually because you're a captain audience, when the legislatures come into session and all of that, and right in the capital city. And some of the good things about being here is the fact that you do get some attention on some programs and things with statewide legislators and other people that you would not get if you were in Shreveport, or if you were in Lafayette, or if you were in, I don't say that right, Lafayette, and in other parts of the state. So I think that's also important as well. And I also have a Chancellor's Leadership Academy that's open. Usually I have, we call our secretaries coordinators. So I have at least 1 or 2 of them in there, as well as faculty, administrators, and the group usually does on C15. And it's about a 3-week program. We meet 3 days a week, and I facilitate generally the first 3 or 4 sessions. And then I have another gentleman that's been working with me since inception. He will deal with all of it. We talk about transformational leadership. We do the DISC inventory so that you can see what your style is, kind of similar to Myers-Briggs. But the DISC is a little quicker to get immediate results. We talk about the quadrants and what they all do and what kind of staff you work best with, and all of those kinds of things are part of it. And our book is Leading from Within.
At 2:45, Dr. Dorsey will sum up. I have 3 questions remaining, and I'm going to combine them. If you can address your experience with board referendum, if you can combine referendum. What do you feel is the Chancellor's role in a college's distance learning initiative? What would you do to lead and support distance learning? And how have you both used and supported library services and instructional resources in your previous positions? You can touch on those.
Okay. I'm going to start with library services. That's our prettiest building on campus, and it's our signature building on campus. So it was an investment for us. Because we wanted to make sure that students came, they stayed, and they didn't have to be kicked out. And the library staff designed their shelving, how they wanted everything done in there. They have a whole operation that behind the scenes of processing books that you don't even see, and people don't even know about these major hallways behind the library. So I'm very supportive of it. I think I can't remember her name, the ALA president came to our campus, and we had her on our campus for a while when she was in Baton Rouge. We had a great time with her, and we spent time talking about different programs and things like that. very supportive of them, and our librarians are faculty. So they're 12 months in our faculty, and we work very well with them. They are, whenever we deal with faculty, it's like they're included in that group as well. So very supportive of them and continue to do that. SACS requires you to still have hard copies of volumes. So we dedicated, every year we get money for scientific equipment and books. For the past 4 or 5 years, I dedicated it all to the library to fill the shelves in the new library to make sure that we would have all the books the students would need. And then also the library works very closely with us when we start a new program, because we need to make sure that they have the books to support that program. So we give them the funds to buy those books to get us up to speed on that program as well. So I think it's a critical piece. And then we have the periodical area and all of that we encourage our community to come in. They can't borrow those, but we encourage them to come in if they need to take advantage of that whole set. It's a beautiful facility. If you're ever there, go look at it. It's wonderful. We're the India of the rest of the state. Distance learning, we have a big online program. We have one at the system-wide level. We also will have one at our institution that our faculty developed. We actually invested money in fact, we have to be trained in order to provide online courses. The other piece that I've worked with is that I've added an assessment, because even though students believe that they can take online classes, they are not really on it. So we do an assessment to try to help the students to determine if this is the best avenue for them. And that's something I did mention to you, is that we do the large inventory when the students take the compass test, find out what their learning styles are. So when a faculty member gets their roster, eventually they all will be filled in. Right now it's for the new intern students, and we've been doing it now for the past 3 or 4 years. There's a column that says learning style, and it will tell you the learning styles of all your students in that classroom. So that is an added piece. And then this past year, we just added photographs to our roster so that the faculty will see the students. So, and this was a best practice for one of our faculty members who would go to our ID department and get the photos of all the students. Instead now we do it electronically, so that if you want to stand at the door and greet your students by name, you can do it. You got the cheat sheet in front of you. So those are some of the things. But some of those things, we have a director who's responsible for online instruction. And then we have the statewide system that comes out of our Pearson. We use them for online as well. But our faculty require that it didn't go over well in the system office, but it is what it is. We have a process. Our courses go through the curriculum committee. I don't know Pearson. They're not my faculty. So I had the faculty that went through that process, and they did not accept one course. So we offer all of the classes except that one. Because again, it's the faculty's process. We can't, avert the process because of this entity. We have to make sure that they have buy-in and that the process is not usurped because of that. So we did that as well, and that's gone really well. We've been adding more and more people who will be certified to teach online, as well as doing more things that support services online. And then the last part of it, bond referendum or bond. We don't have referendums, but we did have, the only people that do bond referendums were K through 12, unless you're in a parish that was do that. There's no consistency across the state. So that means I had a foundation board member who was trying to get a village tax for us. At one point, we missed that window of opportunity. So we don't have that. But the college that we built was done on alternative financing. There's a 501c3 facilities corporation, that's a 3-member corporation. 1 member is a board of supervisors member from our board, and then there are 2 other community people who have agreed to sell for us $73 million in bonds to get us to build our campus that we're currently on. Those buildings belong to that facilities corporation until they turn it over to the state, and the state then picks up the debt. So that's why I tell people before that that's why alternative financing, the state doesn't do it. But that's the only way we could have gotten the schools up and running as quickly as we did. So those bonds were sold, the bonds sold, no problem with that at all. So those are some of the things. thank you all for being here. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for this opportunity. I hope that the information I've shared with you, my experiences, will help you to know that I can do this job. I'm excited about this job, and hope that I could bring safety in the college district and all of you at the building for you as well. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for allowing me to be here.
Thank you. We only have sessions.
Be around, don't you?
Thank you.
Yeah. No, it wasn't.